Welcome, Dovahkiins. Welcome to Skyrim, land of unending adventures and thousands of amazing mods. This video is not about best graphical or gameplay mods, it's all about mods that will be useful for you, no matter what kind of setup you have, will save your time and make game much more comfortable and convenient. Let's go! Do you remember this situation when after 1 hour of playing you are starting to get lost in that huge amount of quests, main quests and tons of miscellaneous quests you maybe will not do ever or much later, just because each Skyrim NPC main goal is to overload you with all possible quests. And when you reach level 10 or so, it becomes complete hell because there are also DLC, Daedric and many other quests appear at the same time. Forget about this, with timing is everything. Just open the MCA menu and configure starting condition for quests, Dawnguard, Hearthfire, Dragonborn, Daedric quests and big amount of another quests. You can also adjust the frequency of such things as dragon assaults and different world encounters. Start to do things when you want it. You shoot an arrow. Then you want to use your melee weapon or magic. And what do you see? Correct, the quiver on your back. You go to the inventory, disable the arrows and you need to do this again and again and again. Just install auto Unequip Ammo and this small mod will do the rest. It automatically detects arrows and bolts and equips them only if you have bow or crossbow equipped. Lightweight but pretty much time-saving mod. Atlas map markers. It is really annoying that cities, for example, have only 1-2 map markers, as well as a lot of places in Skyrim don't have markers at all. Or remember, when you have a lot of markers on map already, they may overlap each other. This mod helps. It adds more than 700 markers over all the maps, Skyrim, all the DLCs and secret locations. During installation process you can also choose different options, like smaller or colored markers etc. I also included a link with an update for this mod. It includes MCA menu when you can configure it even more. Forget about boring walking after fast travel. Travel straight to the place you want. AddItemMenu. This mod allows you to get any item from vanilla game or from any mods you have installed. Imagine that you are playing a DLC or maybe new land mod, fighting with Dragon Boss to get the quest item from him, and when you hit him with the last attack, he bugs out and falls on the top of the mountain, or became invisible, or just disappear, and the quest item is still inside him. Usually in this case you will exit the game, search the item or this boss ID in Google and summon it. But what if you are playing a mod and there is no database for it? Or maybe you just want to make a screenshot with some fancy modded armor but don't want to spend like 2 hours for quest to get it. And here is AddItemMenu saves the day. You just use it in one of two ways. Type the item name or even a few letters, or just look at the list of mods you have and get it from there. It is easy like 1, 2, 3. Remember when you clicked on some option in Messagebox and nothing happened because the actual size of this area is too small? Or maybe when you click option in dialog but game activates another one? Pretty annoying, right? Forget about all these things with better dialog and Messagebox controls. These mods are really tiny in size but will save you a lot of time, nerves and mouse clicks. They allow you to navigate the message boxes with the keyboard, fixes the clickable area of buttons so they are much more easier to click, and also fixes dialog button related bugs. Run for your life and when vampires attack. Skyrim has great and surprising world encounters, including dragons and vampires attacks that could appear even in cities or villages. But each kind of such attack can end badly for town citizens because in vanilla game each peasant, blacksmith and merchant has a soul of undying berserker, and when saw a dragon or vampire, bravely rushed into the battle. After the battle is finished, half of town merchants and quest NPCs may be dead. These two amazing mods are improving the AI of non-combatant NPCs, so when there's a danger, they will not fight, but just run inside the nearest interior like home, inn, etc. or at least try to find a cover. Only combatant NPCs will stay and fight, like guards, mercenaries or companions members. ASIS – automatic spells and increased pawns. One of the most noticeable problems when you have a few mods that improve your perks, skills and spells is that your character is the only who can use them. So when you have like 10 times more perks and spells than NPCs around you, the game became boring pretty fast. ASIS brings a solution to this issue. He has two main features: to give the spells and skills to NPCs and to make additional spawns. It also have some other features. For example, he gives ability to use potions and enchants to NPCs to bring much more realism to the game. But the best thing is that absolutely all features are optional and you can choose what to use and what not to use. As a base, ASIS is a unique mod that balances your game in just 2 clicks. Download it, run the file, choose features you want and click patch. Then enable mod and you are ready to go. The only thing I would not recommend to use from its features is improved AI, because any of modern combat mods do it much better. Complete crafting overhaul. This mod is a complete overhaul to smithing and everything related. It will greatly improve your crafting experience. All vanilla and DLC recipes have been reworked to look more logical. It makes crafting menu more functional with customizable recipe display and decreased clutter. All unique leveled items were upgraded. Ingots and other raw materials will now sort into material categories within the smelter and taming rack menus. You can also adjust the speed of mining and chopping wood and the number of ores and firewood received. In addition, it is fully compatible with Immersive Armors, Book of Silence, Heavy Armory and many other popular mods. There are much more other features, and the good thing is that all of them are complete optional and fully customizable, and you can turn off everything you don't like. Faster get up, stand up. If you like to play with combat mods that change the enemies, especially dragons, and face tough bosses, you may have the situations when you are hit by some kind of shout or power attack and became ragdoll, but the stand up animation duration is so long that when you are standing, enemy is already near you and punching you again and again. This mod helps by simple stand up animation tweaks. You will stand up almost 2 times faster, and that mostly helps with unending ragdoll trips. Dragonborn Ascendant. In vanilla Skyrim, shouts were a bit lackluster. Most of them, especially damaging shouts, like fire or frost breath, were effective only at low levels, and in the middle or late game they were completely surpassed even by simple spells. This mod is fixing this, making shouts great again at any levels. It adds passive ability that increases your shout recovery speed by 3% for each 5 dragons you killed. It is capped at 30% to keep the balance. All shouts were reworked in meaning of strengths and cooldowns. Damaging shout are now scaling with your level, they can be affected by destruction perks and so on. Most of damaging shouts now also have ward breaker effect to help you deal with enemy mages. Hear that sweet sound of enemy mage ward shattering with the power of your tool. All other shouts were also revoked, so now fully charged Unrelenting Force, for example, can stagger a dragon. Fully charged Disarm Shout may disarm even a bandit boss and so on. Feel yourself a real master of voice. Extensible Follower Framework. This is just a must-have mod if you like to play with follower. Vanilla Skyrim has tons of limitations to follower and their managing system was absolutely uncomfortable. EFF saves the day. You can recruit up to 100 followers, show their stats, rename and train. They can ride a horse, collect items and harvest plants. You can change their fighting style choosing from 6 different presets. You can set up follower residence absolutely everywhere, make them essential or not, and much more. All these features are displayed in a stylish rounded menu, not in dialects, so you can manage them anytime, even in the middle of a battle. With this mod, there is nothing impossible for you. You can even make a small war or town siege with an army of heavy geared followers. In addition, there is an MCM menu where you can configure some parameters. If you are looking for a useful and stylish way to manage your followers, grab it indoors and enjoy. Immersive Horses. This one is a lightweight mod that expands the functionality, variety and simplifies management of horses in Skyrim. Vanilla horses management system was pretty poor. With Immersive Horses you can have a wide amount of options to manage your horses. You can give straight commands to the horse, manage its inventory, check the stats, change name and house owner, so give it to the follower. You can simply whistle, hello Gandalf style, and your horse will appear in front of you. You can use magic, speak to the people and search for items being mounted. Horses variety was also improved, so you will see absolutely different breed in each Skyrim hold. Horses attributes were improved, now they are faster and stronger. Jumping or galloping on a horse will knock down and stagger nearby enemies. That makes mounted combat much more interesting and valuable. And you can also assign hotkeys to the most of actions. Remember how annoying it is to cast the light spell each time. Even with hotkeys, you need to take the spell in your hand, cast it, remove and equip the weapons again. Forget about this with Jaxonz Light please. Just assign the hotkeys in MCM menu and you will be able to cast a Canto or Mage Light spells by a single tap without reloading your weapons. Just to note, this mod is not a cheating one. Light spell will still cost a magicka to cast. And you can also turn light off with the same hotkey anytime. Another wired Skyrim bug is that brawls sometimes may turn into the real combat, so the whole town is starting to hunt you with actually no reason. Of course, this is not game breaking, but can kill you a lot of playing time, making you load previous saves. With modern Brawl Bug Fix, you will never face this problem again. RaceMenu. Character creation is one of the most lovely things in any game. And that's why it deserves the best customization system. With RaceMenu, you can absolutely make everything and spend literally a day to create a character. There are just hundreds of customization options you can choose from, for absolutely each part of character face and body. Do you want to make an avatar? No problems. Want your Nord guy look like an elf? here we go. There is even a sculpt option, so you can work on your character like a plastic surgeon. Make your character look exactly like you want. So, you started a new game, escaped from Helgen, told the Jarl about Dragon and was sent to seek an ancient tablet in Blickfall's Barrow. It was actually your first big quest. You went through the dungeon and now let's see what level you are. And you are level 2, 11, 29? Of course I'm joking guys, but this joke is actually pretty much true. The vanilla leveling system in Skyrim was too fast. You could only finish the main questline and already became level 50. The game is now boring and you did not even finish a guild quest. Also, if for example you are using some perk overhaul mods, you can run out of perk points because of perks amount is too high. Or maybe you are playing roleplay tank character with full health, so you wish you can have carry weight from health points, not from stamina. With the help of Skyrim community Uncapper, you can do all these things. You can make leveling speed faster or slower, change the amount of main attributes received and so on. The mod configuration is pretty much easy through the ini file, and it also doesn't take a plugin slot because it is only an SkyC plugin. If you have decent amount of mods in your setup, there are a lot of different values and attributes. Very often, different mods may overlap each other, so you can face very weird situations when attributes are absolutely not what they should be. This may cause overpowered enemies or absolutely weak enemies, wired mechanics and so on. SkyTweak is a savior. It has the absolute power and the simplicity at the same time. If there is an attribute in your game, any kind of, its value based on current mod setup will be displayed in SkyTweak. The rest is up to you. You can modify it due to your taste to keep your game balanced and immersive. If you like to collect different items and artifacts, you likely collect the books at your player homes. But when you find the next book, you always think like, did I read this already or no? And this one, and this one. You are spending time to remember and pretty often bring to your home a book you have already read. Unread Books Glow is simple and awesome. If the book is not read by you, it will glow. If you have read it already, it will not. Save your time for more interesting things. The last two mods are in the end, but they are absolutely essential. Let's check them out. Finally in Skyrim. Now I will load my game and... what? There is a bug in Skyrim that was not so noticeable but happened pretty often and just made you curious why some enemies are so strong while they should not be. It is an engine bug. After game loads, game applied the same perks to nearest NPCs multiple times, so if you have loaded near a bandit gang, they may have enormous damage, health and so on. This simple but awesome mod named Bug Fixes fixes this as well as some other game engine bugs, such as lip sync and so on. The one more thing making it essential is that it is a pure SkyC plugin, so it doesn't take a slot in your load order. Before I will describe the last one, let me just describe my mod setup shortly. I use more than 500 mods in total, more than 300 graphical mods and about 200 gameplay mods. Many of them heavy scripted. And of course the EMB. Why I am saying this? With this setup, I just spawned 100 vampires just nearby me. Take into account that each vampire has body, clothing and weapon textures too. So, here we are. We are fighting, but wait a second, where is the crashes? They are somewhere but not there. The game continues running without any problems. Here we go with crash fixes. It is pretty new but already absolutely essential mod that does 3 awesome things at the same time. It fixes just tons of game errors that cause random crashes here and there. It may also report a reason of an error of a crash, if due to some reason mods incompatibility for example or corrupted files, and also allows you to allocate memory for Skyrim to use much more memory than game engine initially can do. It is ridiculously simple to install and set up, and if you use its memory allocation you don't need a SkyC memory patch, SSME and similar patches. It is one in all brilliant mod that makes your game stable as never before. We have finished, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you found something useful during this video, support this channel by your subscribe. And if maybe you want to support me even more and directly, check out my Patreon page and see the list of rewards you can gain. Thank you for your support and see you next time.